going to discuss the topic about TCP.
Transmission Control Protocol is a connection-oriented protocol for communications that help in the exchange of messages between different devices over network. The Internet Protocol, which establishes the technique for sending data packets between computers, works with TCP. Now, let's see how TCP works in text communication. Connection establishment. Before data transfer begins, TCP establishes a connection between the sender and the receiver. This is done through a three-way handshake where the client sender sends a synchronized packet to the server, which is the receiver. Data transfer. Once the connection is established, data can be sent. TCP breaks data into manageable chunks called services. Each segment includes a header containing control information like sequence numbers, ACK, acknowledgement, numbers, and files. Reliability. TCP ensures reliable delivery to several mechanisms like sequence numbers, acknowledgements, flow control, error detection and correction, and connection termination.
Let's see how TCP works in FTP. Connection establishment. FTP uses two TCP connections, a control connection and a data connection. The control connection is established first using TCP port 21. This connection is used for sending commands and receiving response between the FTP clients and servers. Command exchange. Once the control connection is established, FTP commands such as login, list, directory, upload, and download are exchanged over these connection commands, are sent from the clients to the server, and the server responds with a status code and message indicating the command of the command. Data transfer. For actual file transfer and the directory listening, FTP uses separate TCP data connection. There are two modes of establishing the data connections, active mode and a passive mode. TCP reliability and flow control. TCP provides a reliability for data transfer in FTP by ensuring that data segments are delivered accurately in orders, error handling, and connection termination. TCP's error detection and correction mechanism helps ensure that data transferred via FTP is error-free.
Let's see how TCP works in HTTP. Establishing a connection when a client, such as a web browser, wants to communicate with the server to retrieve a web page or resources. It initiates a TCP connection to server. TCP uses a three-way handshake like sync, ACK to establish these connections. Sending HTTP request once the TCP connection is established. The client sends a HTTP request to the server. TCP ensures that the request data is broken into packets and transmitted reliably to the server. Server processing and HTTP response. The server receives the HTTP request over the established TCP connection and it will process it. This may involve accessing database, executing scripts, or retrieving files. After processing the request, the server generates the HTTP response, TCP reliability, and flow control. TCP ensures that data segments reliably and in order between the client and the server. Closing the connection. After the HTTP response is sent, the server may choose to keep the TCP connection open for further requests or close the connection.
Let's see how TCP works in SMTP. SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, is a protocol used for sending email messages between servers. Establishing a connection. When an email client or server wants to send an email to another server, it initiates a TCP connection to the destination server on port 25, which is the standard port for SMTP communication. TCP uses a three-way handshake to establish connection. SMTP commands and responses. Once the TCP connection is established, SMTP commands or responses are exchanged between the sending server and the receiving server, which is SMTP client and SMTP server. Email transfer. The email messages is transmitted in the form of text following the SMTP protocol standards, including headers and message body. TCP reliability flow control. TCP ensures the email data is delivered reliably and in order between sending and receiving servers. Closing the connection. The sender server may choose to close the TCP connection immediately or keep it open for potential future email transfers.